Hey everyone, welcome to my channel Saved by an Angel. My name's Ashley, and in this video I'm going to share with you my personal experiences with ET. I've had many, and I've chosen 3 of my favorites. So first one I'm going to talk about has to do with some gray aliens. And me and my old man, we were hanging out in his backyard a few years ago, and he used to have like 20 acres behind him, right? Just trees. And there's power lines like 20 feet behind where we had a fire pit. So we're out there late at night, we're having a fire. And the next thing you know, I look up and there's like this triangle hovering right above the power lines. And have you ever seen The Predator where he's in the tree? It's kind of invisible, but it's like wavy. That's exactly what this triangle looked like. You could see the outline of it, and it was kind of wavy, but you could see right through it at the same time. And then this thing started circling, and like circled around 5 times, and this thing was perfectly silent. And if we would have had a slingshot, it was that low, we probably could have hit it. So I have a friend who could remote view things, so I contacted her and I was like, yo, can you remote view that ship and see what was going on? And so she did, and she told me that there was 4 gray aliens about 4 feet tall. They're doing experiments, and they were arguing at the time because the shielding wasn't working properly. That's why we were able to see them. Cloaking device was malfunctioning. They were remotely powering up their ship from the power lines. So I thought that's pretty cool. The next one has to do with me meeting a blue avian. This was somewhere around 2017. It was Friday night. At the time I was married, and we were gonna have this like little propane fire night, right? So 5 minutes into it, propane bottle runs out. So I throw it in the car and start driving down to the gas station to fill it up. About halfway there, I'm overtaken by this energy, and all I can say is it was just the most loving, high vibe, ecstasy feeling energy you could imagine. It was so intense. I was driving down a 2-lane road, 70 kilometers, and I was like, oh my God, man. Like, I was seriously thinking about having to pull over because it was so hard to focus on the road. I just wanted to curl up into a ball, and just like the feeling was just so overwhelming. It was unbelievable. But anyways, these words were spoken, and this feeling that had overcome me was so intense that I couldn't hear all the words that were being said. The only thing I remember hearing was, "You're gonna be just fine." But when I got to the gas station and pulled in, I remember thinking, I was like, oh my God, dude, like God was just talking to you and you have no idea what was being said. That's how intense this feeling of ecstasy was. So what I do, I call my friend, what the heck was that? And I'm like, see, it's weird because I've been in contact with the angels and Yeshua, and there's just this knowing that it's them. With this energy, I had no idea what it was other than just like this ecstasy feeling come over me. And these words being spoken, obviously. And she said that it was actually a 9th dimensional blue avian that come to me. What happens is their vibration is so high. It's, when you're dealing with energy, it's just like, wow, like it just distorts your field. Like you're just like, it's too much in a way. And yeah, I thought that was worth mentioning. I saved the best for last. This one's pretty crazy. So if you haven't seen my other video, on July 13, 2014, I was in the process of ending my life when Archangel Michael appeared. And this was on a Sunday, and this was during the day around 1:32 in the afternoon. Well, that night, I went to bed and I was very upset that I was still alive. I'd convinced myself that I didn't want to be here for many reasons, And so when I was still alive, I was actually very frustrated. And so when I went to bed that night, I had tears rolling down and then pumping the fist up to the sky, saying I need to know what this is all about, right? And so this is such a weird experience, because I'm sleeping in bed and the next thing I know, I become conscious of myself sleeping. And I hear this voice and it says, yo, you need to open your eyes. And so I open my eyes, and to my surprise, there's a 6-foot tall extraterrestrial standing right by my bed, leaning over, and he's about 10 inches away from my face. Now, I'd like to say this was a pretty looking being, but it was quite the opposite. And it scared me so much that I remember gasping for air, like the deepest, fastest breath I've ever taken in my life. And I left my body. And so now I'm floating about 3 feet beside the bed, and I'm looking at this 6-foot tall being bent over, and it's talking to me. And the only thing I remember it saying was, we're here to carve our own path. Now, I thought I knew a little bit about like what kind of beings were out there, and I'd never seen anything in my entire life. On all the internet, books, shows, I'd never seen anything looking like this, right? If I had to describe it, I'd say they looked like one of those tall, 6-foot tall, like gray aliens, except it was brown, and its face was like scrunched into like a square. It was, yeah, no, wouldn't want to kiss this thing, let me tell you. So anyways, so I was fortunate enough at the time to be surrounded by a lot of intuitive friends, and so I tell 5 different friends this right away that are intuitive, right? And I'm like, what happened? What was this? Every single one of them was like, yo, that was a space brother. That was a brother from a parallel universe that was coming down to help you from Andromeda. Every single one, all 5 of them. I had a reading with an individual named Rion from Morning Coffee on YouTube, and he was telling me that the reason why it looked so funky and I couldn't identify it was because my third eye was still calcified at the time. And so I was seeing this image through a distorted lens, and that's why it looked funky. He's like, yo, that dude was probably like 6 foot tall, white, blonde hair, surfer looking dude. Like, yo, bro, I got you. Right? Crazy, man, I know. Crazy. Thought I'd share. Hope you find it interesting. If you do, comment down below. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.